Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us here, where I'm joined by Costantino Roselli of NTZNS. We are here today to talk all about the future of the Metaverse in preparation for Metaverse Day on the 24th and 25th of January. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'd love for you to please introduce yourself, NTZNS, and give us a whistle-stop tour of your journey into the world of digital fashion and the Metaverse.
Okay, thank you, Miles, for inviting me to your show, and I'm glad to be here. I'm Costantino Roselli. I'm the founder and CEO of NTZNS. The NTZNS is a digital fashion marketplace and virtual also studio. And my background is on. I started as a computer science as a software engineer, and then I study digital marketing, and then I combine those two things in order to create amazing things for brands. And somewhere in 2010, I met fashion people, and I worked a little bit with designers, and I'm fascinated about fashion in general. I like because it constantly changes all the time, so there is a huge creativity there, and I'm a really creative person. And I started working with Italian brands, known products, and help them a lot. And then with organizations like Milan Fashion Week, then we started doing things in Balkan Fashion Week, and then somewhere in 2016, we thought that digital fashion can taking by storm the whole market, and this has happened already. And we move forward on that in order to provide services and products that has to do with avatars, and where we are today.
Amazing. Thanks for that, and an awesome journey here into the space. So we're going to talk a lot today about the future of Metaverse and fashion, because that's your specialism. But where I thought it'd be quite important for people to start with their learning with us today is to look at a few terms and technologies that are underpinning the Metaverse, and how that leads into the fashion space. So in a very succinct way, how would you define, for anyone who's new to this area, this terminology of Metaverse?
Okay, there is huge tons of ink about the Metaverse in 2022, and everybody wants to know exactly how to define and to find the definition. But the truth is that we don't have in the Metaverse world, as we said today, there is no one definition for one thing. It's like, can you define life? For all people are something different. So if we see the Metaverse as not a tool, but as a new reality, a revolution that came to replace the reality as we have it right now, then there is no one definition more than life is. The Metaverse is the new way that we can communicate, that we can work there, live there, create a lifestyle, create our business totally in virtual world. So this is for me the Metaverse. The Metaverse is an idea. It's a revolution itself. So this is the definition that I give to Metaverse.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and I guess it's kind of this, it's a new reality, but it's also we're already living in this environment in some ways, with the social layer and that we've been growing with over the last sort of decade, and now it's, I guess, enhancing that and looking at it in 3 dimensions, right? That's super exciting and full of opportunities, and it leads to this point you made earlier about this term of avatars, right? You mentioned avatars. What does that mean for a person entering the Metaverse? Define an avatar for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a great question, because it moves us to the world of avatar economy. So for me, when you go to the Metaverse, you already said it's a virtuality. So what we see right now, and the way that we join the Metaverse, is only through our devices that we have, which are not the real Metaverse, because we just see a glimpse of the night. I mean, what we see actually is like we are in a window, we see a different world, and then we can interact with this world. Actually, if you want to have full immersive with the world in metaverse, you need to go inside, and the only way to do that is to wear a virtual mask or a virtual helmet or a goggle, 3D goggles. Name it as you want. I prefer the virtual mask, and um, and then when you have this virtual mask, then you are fully immersive there. But the world, as you be in there, you have the ability to change your avatar. So the people, they don't see you in physical world, but they see your skin, your avatar there. So you can you have the ability to change everything. So when we speak about avatar economy, actually, we speak about the way that we serve your avatar and not you. And it's the first time in the human history that we as humans, we are not in the center of everything. Actually, we care more about on how to dress our avatars. And there is a statistics here that says that uh, creating avatars or dressing avatars for Generation Z is the same satisfaction as for millennials and Generation X to dress themselves to go to a gala. So that statistic is really, really important because we understand here, among other statistics also that I can release after, is that gave us the opportunity to understand how the people think of their life and their lifestyle from now and on. So if Generation Z and of course Generation Alpha, they like more to dress their avatars. So if you invest on dressing your physical, let's say, person, then you're going out of business soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned here sort of avatar economy. So what's the economic structure behind that? For me, being in this space, that makes me think blockchain and digital assets and NFTs. But could you share a bit about kind of what that looks like? What is the kind of more monetization and ownership that feeds into this economical layer?
Yeah, okay. This is a good question. So you have to imagine how the things went for music industry. And for music industry, we digitize everything and the process. And the record labels, they are toasted. So some of them, they realize everything and they say, okay, let's change. And this transition from the physical world came with in sections, let's say, not all together. So the same will be happening in fashion. We have the digital fashion, which means that the digital fashion is the way that you can produce a dress, let's say an outfit, without the need of physical activities, which means that you do it everything in digital. The whole process of the prototype is becoming digital, faster, more accurate, and without to spend a lot of money. And then you have the marketing thing. So you can create virtual worlds that you can market everything there. When you go in there for the first time, then you understand that you have the ability to sell to avatars. And in order to create an environment that the avatars have the rules and they have their privacy, they have their ownership, and they have everything, then you have to apply a blockchain environment, and everything in that blockchain environment will belongs to the community, to the people, and you have the ownership of the avatar. So if my application, for example, is going to an end, then you can take everything up from my application, and then you can use it in other spaces around the world. This is the purpose of this is the main goal, because as Web2, for example, make us all media by using the social media, so everybody right now can be a news. Blockchain, it will make us all banks. We will have our ownership. We will communicate direct to people. So the value goes from the organizations direct to people. So we empower individuals, and we create what I used to call huge infinite networks of people. And those people for me are netizens. So this is where we come the netizens. The netizens are the people that they live in this world, in this virtual world that they create valuable connections between them. So trades, also ownership, the NFTs, the smart contract. So everything that is quite new for people and is not popularized yet because it's in laboratory space, as I used to say. What we see right now is an education, is a training mode. We see what it will come. We see what um, we take a glimpse. Like everything that comes in new, uh, let's say the music in the beginning, before Spotify, there were a lot of people that they digitize things and creating uh, painful, let's say, headaches to authorities to understand how they have the privacy and how they use it. So we are on the same level. So everything is going to be disrupted in the physical way to go direct to digital, and the platform to do that is the blockchain market.
That's such a detailed answer. I really appreciate that depth. And I want to get on in a minute to talking about leaning more into that vision that you have for the future of fashion in the metaverse, talking about netizens and the role that you play. But whilst we're on the conversation of different technologies, the blockchain is that kind of economical and secure layer to allow ownership and monetization in digital fashion. But there are a few other technologies that are really taking the headlines at the moment. Obviously, the XR is one. The other, very standout is AI, and everyone's talking about AI now. 2023 has been the year of AI, and it's going to keep growing and growing. So, leaning into kind of both those technologies, how do they impact the future of digital fashion and the metaverse?
Okay, AI right now is not again it's in its infancy like metaverse. So if the metaverse is a revolution and it's an idea and the space that we need to create in the virtual world using the tools to create the metaverse is virtuality. I mean the way that you do create virtual worlds, and another one is AI. We need AI to be there. So, from my perspective, and I give it for first time here, is that, and this is what we want to do in NTZNS, and what we're doing actually, is that we focus on actual AI and not the AI as another tool in marketing, chatbots or things like that. We are focused on creativity on AI that is already existing fashion. So there are people there that they can create amazing things that we can implement um, and blending in the metaverse. And the second thing is that what we call actual AI, which means that we call it today actual AI, which is the way that the avatars that, no, let's tell it better, say it better. AI is a software. So in a form of avatar can be a second species right now in the universe of the metaverse that can meet humans inside in the form of avatar again inside the virtual world. So when we speak about metaverse, the metaverse is the world of avatars, not ours. So we are visitors there, and we have to play equally. And that will be the first time in the world that human beings will face a superior species in a couple of years now. In 5 years from now, we have quantum computing, we have AI in a bigger version. So we have to understand that these species, let's say, even if they are superior than us, they are not here to hurt us because we build it. So if someone hurt humanity, it will be us because we use them. Um, so and this is what I'm creating right now, actually, the whole story about that and how we use and metaverse space and everything. So AI is very, very great. For me, the XR, the extended reality, augmented reality, and things like that is only a transition period. For me, there are um, two worlds. We need to understand to live in two realities. For me, the abbreviation of IRL, which means in real world, is completely wrong. Reality is the virtual reality too. Physical world is the one, virtual world is the other. And this is all a reality. There is one reality. We have to accept imagination. We have to accept creativity. We have to accept all of these things. And why the metaverse is more important? Because if we want to evolve as species, we need to understand how we need to understand a reality completely different the one that we have. Right now, people have a problem to understand um, virtual worlds because they are not there. The 95% of the people that they speak about the metaverse, they are not ever visit the metaverse. So it's amazing. So they speak about the metaverse, but they never visit it. And we have a perception that is completely wrong about many things. So for the majority of the people, reality is only what they see and only what they touch. So in the first time that they should enable themselves a different perception of reality, and metaverse can give to them. So it will move to evolution, and AI will help us to do that.
Very exciting. So it could be playing a game environment in a metaverse world and meet a sort of non-player character that is its own non-fungible existence and is also imbued with AI, so that I can go on adventures with this character. That's crazy. And when we talk about XR, then and this will lead us then into the conversation about metaverse fashion again. Obviously, there's augmented reality, and then there's full VR, which is a full immersive environment. And I imagine there's kind of developments in digital fashion and metaverse fashion that exist in sort of both worlds, right? Augmented reality and, Snap, allowing you to put filters over your clothes and you can see your phone up and see fashion on a person, versus a full being inside a metaverse environment and having this full avatar attire. And just trying to get a sense of your vision on both, because I imagine there's developments in digital fashion in both directions. And what do you think is going to be prevalent in the future?
Yeah, I believe that augmented reality is good for train our minds. We need that mentality to understand that the world can be extended. I mean, when you have the ability to look at a world through a glass, a filter, and to see things in the same space that with naked eye you cannot see those things, it trains your mind by saying, I like this more. I can change my reality. I can change things. So AR is good for this thing, but it's not something that you can live with. I mean, you cannot live in that because you are not there. You see it through a window, through a glass. So it's a hope, and I like to see my world in that way. So it trains your mind to be more creative and start asking, what if we change that, instead of how to do it, because industrial culture learn us all to become in an assembly line by asking how to do this and how to do that. And somebody came with highlights or a guide map or whatever. In this way, there is no map. You need to ask, what if I change that? What happens if I change this without harm anyone? And that's the brilliant thing in the mind. We need that what if. And that will create the new generations of people that they think beyond physical world as we know it. And when those people they arrive, they will change everything. So augmented reality is train us right now, but VR is where we live. I mean, where we do our job, where we can build, as I said, the simulation of the societies of the future, because we are there, we can touch things in there, we can exchange feelings. Everything is happening in a 360 world. This will happen in 3 to 5 years from now, and we prepare this today. So what happened for fashion is that we need to understand that there is because everybody is thinking, okay, how we will connect the digital world with the physical world, and then is coming the phygital thing. Okay, fantastic. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't see the future there. The future is that when I dress your avatar, and you can have more than one avatar, and by financial thinking, then I can have billions or infinite customers that they born and they are ready to buy or to trade instantly. And that means that is really, really great of sustainability, because this is our main goal. If we want to build sustainable business, we need infinite market without to leaving intact the environment. So in virtual world, you have both.
Great, yeah, and I think that leads us nicely into the final segment of our chat today, which is to look at netizens. And I think you've shared kind of some of your key goals for the future of fashion in the metaverse. But I'd love for you to just recap that again. So, how does Netizen plan to contribute to shaping the future of metaverse fashion?
Great. Thanks for opportunity to speak about netizens. Netizens is a philosophy, started with a philosophical idea of how to build, how to move from citizens to netizens. I mean, from industrial culture to metaversial culture, or name it somewhere else. I don't care, but I like the metaverse thing as an idea. So, how we need to build that mentality, and we started with a marketplace, creating digital fashion, help creators come together with brands that they appreciate their creation, and in this path, in the meantime, we really understand that the avatar economy, and we say, okay, why we need a marketplace to bring together and create this digital fashion production or whatever, at the time that we can sell direct, connect direct the creator with the avatar. So we have right now, we're working right now in the marketplace, selling creations from people, and our own sales, our own design, sorry, in Zepeto, and we move right now in Roblox. And also we help designers to create NFTs through Ready Player Me. So we build showrooms in spatial and other spaces also for designers in order to show their creations. So the avatars in spatial, when they come in spatial and they see something, they buy it instantly for their avatars. So there is also not big money for everyone. We do it that without big pain, actually, on what when we're doing, because we would like to create portfolios. We like to create this mentality, and the money are coming. We don't have it's not this is not a purpose for the moment. And the second thing that we create as netizens is the netizens world. We are ready, and we already create a consortium of universities, international schools, and private entities in order to build a real metaverse. The metaverse I explained before. Under the principles of sustainability, social justice, inclusivity, and diversity. That's the main principles of this. We will provide simulation of future societies that the people can live together with AI, and they can have also the research academy and also education, but also the business, profitable, sustainable business opportunities. Inside of this world, of course, in blockchain, and everything will be independently for physical activity. So you will have the business inside there, totally digitally. You take the money to live your physically personality, let's say, without the need of work in physical work or whatever. If you want to do something in physical world, do it as a hobby.
Incredible. And in all of this exciting evolution, where do you see that we are now versus where we want to get to, and for this future vision you have, and the role Netizen is going to play? Are there some barriers that we need to overcome? Largely, obviously, I imagine mass adoption, but we'd love to hear your thoughts.
I think that we are in the best moment to do that. The next best moment is tomorrow, and I say that because as a futurist, I see the signals of everything that happened around the world. So we have the Quest 3. Okay, the Quest 3 is already has 2.5 million sales and or orders, and they have a prediction of 10 millions in 2024. And we have also the launch of Vision Pro, which is we know what Apple can do by doing those things, and they have a prediction of 400,000 sales in the first quarter of launching in March, I think, and if you go back and you see what happened when in 2007 of iPhone, so when the iPhone came up, they had only 270,000 sales, and iPhone wasn't something new, completely new. I mean, it was, of course, a unicorn, but there was already people, they already knew what smartphone is by BlackBerry. So iPhone came to make it better, let's say. Okay, so they have only 270,000. Right now, we speak about Vision Pro, which is something completely new for the people, but the people want it. Of course, because it's Apple. Of course, Apple knows how to do marketing. And of course, I know that if Apple wants to create a new, let's say, category, they will do it. If you compare right now that we have another thing, that the AI pin, which came as a product, and is the first product that came out without having screen. So if you think that, are we going to the end of the screens and we go direct to identify ourselves, let's say, with using of AI, using our senses? And this is also revolutionized in another world that is a virtual world through Vision Pro or Quest 3. So if those two things are exist together and revolutionize the future, which means for 2 to 3 years from now, very fast, and that will be the end of smartphones, which is the people say the end of smartphone. How come? But for me, if you see that the smartphones, the last at least 7 years, we don't have any real evolution of smartphone. It's the same and the same and the same. And right now we have the Vision Pro. I have the answer from Apple that they say, okay, why to spend more money to revolutionize something that is going to an end? Or it will exist like the desktop or the laptop or everything. But the new category came. So if you see those things going there, if you see the world that we build in digital world, if you see the demands from Generation Z for one world, sustainability, if you see the demands of the need of change because of climate change, so everything is moving in this direction. So it's going to be fast. In 2030, there will be the movement that we will go there and will happen really fast. And if you want to start, you have to start today.
What advice would you give to individuals and businesses interested in exploring the metaverse today? And at that, let's lean into fashion as well, and the area that you're talking about.
Okay. For brands that they already have the money and the luxury, let's say, to investigate, to research, don't see the metaverse as it is right now as something that you have the ability to earn money. If you can do it, do it. But watch it right now as the ability to build and to invest on building something for 2 to 3 years from now. Focus on what you can build in order to take and to harvest the seeds that you put today. Collaborate with companies like us. I mean, that we have the research, we have already the knowledge. We are collaborating with. We have a huge network of people to give, let's say, the stability the certainty that you want, even if we live in uncertainty times. And for individuals, they need to, for me, the one skill that they need to have is the mentality. Don't focus on the processes, the industrial processes that you had right now. I have to finish the university. I have to travel around the world to find a job in Milan. Everyone is there, so I need to send CVs. Or no, forget all those things, because we have case studies that 15 years old girls from Argentina, they studied 3 months course in digital fashion. They created a business in 1 year with 300,000 customers, selling 1,000 pieces per day, and they have a sustainable 25,000 monthly income. So we know those case studies, we build those case studies. So study new things, moving inside of the virtual world, creativity, and this is the skills that you need. Mentality, change your mentality, forget the processes, change the status quo. You can do it. I mean, right now, everything is free everywhere. From wherever you are, right now you have access to everywhere. And you have people that they are volunteering who want to help you. And this is the most important, the people they need to know.
Amazing. And so the shackles are off. Be creative, I guess, right? And you know, this is the beauty of virtual worlds. You can do whatever you want and push the boundaries. So very exciting times. Costantino, thank you so much for joining me, and very excited to see what comes from Netizens in the very near future. Interested in Metaverse Day, check out the website. It will be linked in the post for this video. And thank you very much again, Costantino. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Miles.